Hello and welcome to the first in a series of video blogs looking at digital transformation in the age of AI. This series follows a joint Avanade, Accenture and Microsoft webinar in which we discuss the options available to organizations impacted by the recent VMware licensing changes following the Broadcom acquisition. Whilst we will build on the previous discussion of how clients can take advantage of solutions like Azure VMware Services, this video blog series will take a much broader approach, investigating the questions clients are posing and the decisions they need to take in order to best leverage and accrue the consequential benefits of public cloud, including those from AI. Each podcast will be from 10 to 15 minutes duration and focus on a particular topic within a theme for that series. My name is Andrew Muir, Senior Director at Avanade and the Azure Cloud Lead for our Asia Pacific region. I will be your host and sometime presenter during these sessions and will be joined by colleagues from Avanade, Accenture and Microsoft, and also from our wider partner ecosystem. Today we will be discussing how our clients are using this recent market disruption of the server virtualization market to take stock, reassess their cloud transformation strategy, and investigate how they can best leverage public cloud and take advantage of the AI innovation wave, whilst at the same time mitigating the cost impact that many are seeing. So given this IT market context, the pressure on budgets, and the need to enable business agility, what are our customers considering from a short, medium and longer term? I have great pleasure in introducing Peter Jahnke, who spoke in the original webinar. Peter is the Managing Director for the Cloud Continuum business in Australia and New Zealand, covering data center consolidation and exit, hybrid cloud, cloud migration, and infrastructure managed services. Prior to Accenture, he was at Amazon, where he worked as a key leader for the NAB relationship, driving enterprise engagement and platform adoption. Before that, Peter was at Oracle as the head of the ANZ value sales and enablement for strategic deals. He says his passion is helping to enable customers to achieve their transformational business objectives through technology. Peter, big thanks for joining us. And first of all, what are we hearing from our clients? How seriously are they taking this challenge with their current on-premise IT estate?
Yeah, look, thanks for that, Andrew, and thanks for having me on the opening series or the opening podcast of this series. Look, I think we should probably take stock of the changes, I think, that have occurred. And realistically, when you think about it, it's really across four key dimensions. I mean, there's a product strategy and alignment. You know, they've gone from 4,000 SKUs down to kind of 2 to 3 bundles, depending on how you want to pick things up. And obviously, that's a big shift from a client usage perspective. And the licensing is changing to subscription only. You know, they're changing the way they deliver their sales model. And obviously, there's a huge partner rebalance, both from a systems integration, from the embedded license model, as well as the resale partners, and obviously this move has created some contention in the industry, and you know, you just have to grab any technology journal to talk about the possibly I would call it at this stage fear, uncertainty, and doubt, because predominantly no one's really certain how Broadcom will respond on a client by client basis. You know, we have obviously got evidence of certain client execution, being in the orders of magnitude higher, and some clients who've managed to negotiate a reasonable outcome. So, but what it does mean is that they are taking this challenge very, very seriously on their estate, and I have a number of clients that we're working with who have very proactively done their own internal audits. They've set up letters. They've sort of really actively started to engage, and they're also engaging in a number of conversations around what do they actually need to do with their IT estate, and how do they want to manage the ongoing relationship with Broadcom. And I stress VMware as a technology and a capability set is a brilliant capability set, and I think it's more that they're trying to avoid the potential conflict or otherwise the potential challenge that they may are hearing from their colleagues in the industry that this could be ensuing, right? So it's certainly nothing against the technology, great technology. They're just trying to, what we're seeing with our clients is they're trying to protect themselves against what they're hearing in the industry around what may or may not potentially happen as an engagement model with Broadcom. And so, yes, it's obviously having a very significant impact on their IT estate, because they're thinking through, how do I maintain the private cloud that I need if I'm a telco provider, or how do I support this particular critical piece of infrastructure that I didn't have plans to move to the cloud in the short to medium term. There are huge implications above and beyond, and certainly, we're working with clients across a whole spectrum of different points in that journey.
And so in the short, medium and longer term, how do you see this impacting their cloud strategy?
That's an interesting point. I think, oftentimes, and certainly as the cloud usage has matured, clients had moved away from this concept of lifting and shifting, or rehosting to the cloud. Certainly the hyperscalers have addressed their reaction to this in different ways. AWS very publicly were unable to, or did not end up signing up again with Broadcom from a licensing perspective, and so they have a different approach to, say, the Google and Microsoft teams that have and continue to support their VMware cloud solutions on their platforms. And so clients are now thinking, okay, well, I need to either think of an alternative platform for my on-premises private cloud environment. I need to be prepared to budget for what could potentially be a significant increase in the licensing spend, but given the organizational impost and the changes required to move from VMware, that some clients are looking to take on that risk. But it is absolutely, in the short to medium term, making some very critical shifts in the way they think about cloud, particularly given at what stage they are in their enterprise commitment, if they had one, to VMware, right? If it's due for renewal shortly, they're often shoring up the renewal and then thinking about the longer term strategy. And if they've got some time left in their renewal, they're often thinking of the strategy to start a directional shift away. It really depends. And then I guess longer term, or medium term, I should say, those clients who are thinking of refactoring applications are often saying, well, do I have a relationship with one of these cloud providers like the Googles, GCP or Azure in this case, that could potentially give me an opportunity to still leverage a technology in VMware that is absolutely brilliant and market leading, and I have all of my resources trained on, but avoid the inevitable Broadcom conversation through that shift to those platforms. Similarly, it's accelerated some clients' requirements to refactor their applications or to get them onto another cloud provider if that happens to be AWS. The reactions have been wide and varied, but all of them seem to focus on what options do I have in addition to staying with VMware to minimize the potential risk that exists.
Many thanks for those insights, Peter, and greatly appreciate you taking out the time out of your busy diary to join us. And now I have pleasure in welcoming Hansung Lee, a senior leader for Azure in the Asia time zone in Microsoft. Hansung is currently leading an Asia-wide team of Azure specialists in the Global Black Belt organization, leading customers through their cloud journey using a holistic approach to identify public cloud platform benefits, and then consulting on technical adoption plans, a team sponsored by the Azure Engineering Organization. So Hansung, when you're speaking to customers, what are you hearing about how the situation is impacting their current strategy, and what are the main challenges they are seeking to overcome?
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for having me here. It's a great honor to be here with you, the great colleagues and great friends here. Yes, that is exactly what I'm hearing in the market. One of the primary challenges many organizations face is the high cost of the maintaining on-premise infrastructures. For example, companies like Woolworth have reported substantial savings by moving to the cloud. By eliminating the dependencies on outdated systems and physical data centers, they have significantly reduced their on-premise cost. This shift not only cut IT costs, but also enhances system availability and customer satisfaction. Additionally, with Azure VMware solution, the same cloud scale principle applies as other cloud services, meaning customers only need to provision what is needed at the time of the cloud and scale up very easily and efficiently without the need for the huge upfront cost. Another major challenge is scalability and agility. On-premises environment often lack the flexibility which is needed to scale operations quickly. It may hinder their ability to respond to the market demands and innovate at the required pace. For example, one of the 4 large banks in Australia that went through the full data center transformation using Microsoft Azure and were able to improve performance and reliability while maintaining the regulatory compliance. This allowed them to roll out new product efficiently. Another point is the security and compliance. Security and compliance are also significant concerns for the customers. Legacy systems could be more vulnerable to security breaches and may not meet current compliance standards. Establishing robust security measures and ensuring the compliance with the industry regulations is a critical challenge that many organizations are working to overcome. Moreover, the integration of the new technologies with existing on-premise systems can be complex and resource-intensive. Customers are looking for solutions that enable seamless integration and support a hybrid environment. Microsoft Azure Platform, for instance, offers tools and services that facilitate this integration, providing a stable and scalable environment for business-critical applications. Lastly, when it comes to their journey to AI, customers face additional challenges. Many organizations are aware that their existing on-premise infrastructure is not equipped to handle the computational demands of the AI workload. On-premise environment often requires substantial investment in hardware and software upgrade to support their AI workload. This can be a significant barrier for many organizations, especially those with the limited budgets.
Oh, thank you, Hansung, and really look forward to you being with us again as we widen the discussion on digital transformation. So, I think it's clear that organizations are facing significant challenges due to market and business pressures, but also as they grapple with the opportunity of leveraging AI. High maintenance costs, scalability and agility issues, security and compliance concerns, and the complexity of integrating these technologies available within the public cloud with their legacy on-premise systems are by no means straightforward. Over the coming weeks and months, we intend to address these challenges by discussing systems and solutions that organizations can use to better align their IT strategies with their business goals, driving innovation and growth. Please join us in the coming weeks for episode 2, where we will discuss our approach to migration, and thereafter we'll look at the specific requirements of AI-ready infrastructure. Thank you, and look out for the notification.